Were you in the military? I need to know. You're wearing military uniform. I was 13 years Army, Iraq, Afghanistan. I earned the uniform. Did you? Are you a veteran? I earned that uniform. Did you? Did you earn your uniform? Are you police? Did you go to the police academy? But this is just cosplay. You're cospatriots. You see, I went to for my country. I served in the Army. Is that why you did this? Because you couldn't? Is that why you did this? Because you couldn't? Answer me. I deserve an answer. I served my country. I deserve a answer. Tell me. Answer me. I'd be too embarrassed to talk to. I would be too if I was wearing some earned. Yeah, you goddamn right. You goddamn right. The difference is I raised my right hand and I went to war for this country. You can smile behind that mask all you want, but I served my time. I served my country. I'm not the illegals you're out here facing. I'm a goddamn American citizen who raised my right hand and I did my duty to this country. And I deserve an answer when I ask for it. You think you got some say over me because you went to training for 47 days? My goal here was just to real life make them think. I want to be a worm in their brain. I'm sitting in the car because I had to cool the so bad. I was so worked up just even looking and talking to these pieces of shit. But I just want to clarify. When I said illegals, I was trying to make fun of this whole operation and let them know that we think they're clowns and trying to point out to them, you think the American public's behind you?
Say hello to the comrade Jolly Good Ginger, a 13-year veteran who has been at the protests around the country. You may have seen him on Don Lemon's stream from time to time and various other networks.
Yeah, they're terrorizing the population. I was just saying, like, one, in Afghanistan, we never wore masks. I went on 4 deployments. The only time we would wear, like, a face covering is maybe if it was cold and my guys were on a, you know, you were pulling security somewhere, or maybe it was dusty, you wore a shamag or whatever. But we didn't wear masks. Again, this officer is not wearing a mask. He's one of the leaders. That's smart. No one here is going to be going after him. If you're fighting the actual cartels and you're on the border, fine. If you want to protect your identity, totally makes sense. But they're wearing all this gear for no reason. This is coming from the top. They shouldn't have. They should have low vis, bulletproof vests, or they should wear their vests underneath a smock. If you're going to be doing this, ICE should not be running around. None of these guys should be running around in plate carriers. They're against civilians. And they just got this huge budget, so why are they not wearing low-vis stuff? You know, it just makes no sense. It's here to intimidate everyone here. And they're trying to get, and then obviously Bovino. I mean, I don't know what he was doing. He took some glamour shots with a trench coat, and they're just trolling people. Yeah, he took it with a trench coat to look like he was some SS officer, literally.
The fact is, tons of vets are seeing this for what it is and speaking out.
You told me that you've been struggling with PTSD and that you didn't want to have to be here today. But after what happened yesterday, you had to be here today. Why do you have to be here today?
Number one, my oath impels me to be here. I took an oath in 1969 to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I had to be here to make sure that no one else was killed the way Nicole Good was killed yesterday. I couldn't sit at home and just watch this. Minneapolis is a peaceful place, but ICE has descended upon this place like a storm. And they've ruined businesses that have been here for decades. They've cost children the lives of their mothers. I just had to face the enemy eye to eye and say what I had to say.
Ron Easton, a Vietnam veteran who went viral for what he said about ICE as captured by Freedom News, did an in-depth interview with MS Now.
Out of everybody I despise the most, ICE is at the top of the list right now. You guys are traitors, man. I did 5 tours of duty. My first one was Operation Sea Signal in Cuba, Operation Joint Endeavor in Bosnia in 1996, Cuba was 95. I did Operation Joint Guard, which was Kosovo in 1999. I did Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2008 in Iraq. And my final tour was in Afghanistan, Operation Enduring Freedom in 2013. Freedom is a rare thing in the world. True freedom is.
What would be your message to current soldiers, ICE agents, and National Guard that are being ordered to do illegal, non-constitutional things on a daily basis?
Don't participate, right? Weaponize incompetence. You walk out here, you look good, you be a prop for the government, help people with their luggage, but absolutely do not raise your weapon at a citizen. Don't participate in anything you know is illegal. And for you kidnappers known as ICE agents, understand this: you will never be forgiven for your crimes, ever.
Veteran U.S. Army Overlord spoke with Status Coup News. He has also been a fixture at protests, making his voice heard.
Here are the 5 things that I wasn't allowed to do in Iraq during war that ICE is allowed to do in America. In Iraq, during a war, we were not allowed to step foot inside schools, inside hospitals, inside courtrooms, and we sure as weren't allowed to step foot inside mosques and churches. And the reason might surprise you. Raiding these kinds of sacred locations and treating the local population like dog pisses the community off, and it destabilizes the region. And that leads to more violence and more death. And this administration knows that that's going to be the end result. It's in the training doctrines. Because ICE is allowed to do all of it in the freest country on earth. That should give you some fucking perspective.
CFH Unfiltered, a former sniper, gives some perspective on just how weaponized ICE has been under Trump, Miller, and Noam in comparison to the directives when he served. Many leftists, though, are calling out this rhetoric.
I need U.S. veterans to stop saying that what's happening with ICE reminds them more of ISIS, and that when they served overseas, they never covered their faces and they never did X, Y, and Z. When the reality is that the U.S. military is largely responsible for so many horrific war crimes that have been committed time and time again around the world. When we take a look at the millions of innocent Iraqi lives that were taken, the amount of torture of Iraqi civilians, the amount of women and girls that were SA'd, and then to say, like, no, guys, this is like more like ISIS. When ISIS was also literally founded by the United States, no, this is an American thing. What is happening is actually very American, and that is the problem. The United States was founded on genocide, on the genocide of indigenous people. The United States was also founded on the genocide of Black bodies. This country was also built up by enslaved Black people. Policing literally stems from oppressing Black people and has been used to oppress brown and Black bodies. So the problem with ICE isn't that these officers aren't being properly trained, it's the fact that they even exist to begin with. Not to mention, over the last 2.5 years, the United States has been funding the genocide in Gaza. The United States has literally been arming Israel in order to commit these horrific war crimes. Our policing system is not innocent. The US military is not innocent. And yes, ICE is not innocent.
She's 100% on the money here, as is TikToker Christian Divine, who unfortunately used background music in his video. However, he brings up many good points, so please check out his content as well. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTSports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.